It is 8 o'clock on a Monday night, or something resembling 8 o'clock on a Monday night. The boys are back. It's from the Bleachers. It is Monday, March 30th. We are recording from various locations around the Northeast because we are still in the middle of the coronavirus, COVID-19. But we're back. We're doing it in podcast form. Thank you so much for listening. Nick Bodwin, in his fantastic coronavirus beard, joins the show this week. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's up? Yeah, we're letting it go. I didn't know this was on YouTube either. Wow,
It's like
kind
a
of famous.
private video, so nobody's gonna see it.
That's a shame. I look fantastic.
You do, or we'll like.
I mean, we did clips last week, right?
Yeah, no. Well, the edited one will be up there, so people will get to see you in all your glory. But they're
All
not
right, yeah.
at this very moment. But we talked a little bit about the quarantine and everything. So what's the last couple weeks look like for you?
Yeah, it sucks. Just want to be back and kind of hanging out with everyone. It's been good though, having some nice home cooked meals, and I'm just kind of been relaxing. The online classes are a bit different, but overall it's been all right. Just kind of getting ahead on a lot of stuff, just because there's not much else going on. So been doing a lot of workouts and some bike rides. The weather the past couple of days has been kind of rough down in the Cape, but other than that, we've had some pretty good sunshine. So been outside. My parents have been walking a lot, so it's been good. It's been good. There's no hockey on, which is kind of tough, but been talking to the guys out in Cedar Rapids about the draft and trying to keep busy with some of the USA stuff that's kind of come out. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, what does the draft process look like for you guys now that there's no more hockey to watch and no real way to scout these guys in person?
Yeah, so the draft is the first Monday and Tuesday in May. So phase one last year was about 3.5 hours, just '04 birth years this year, and then phase two is 2000 to 2003 born players, which was about 7.5 hours last year. So yeah, we're putting our list together and stuff, and we got a couple calls coming up. But yeah, it's just kind of a weird time because we're not really getting second, third, or fourth opinions on guys, and player stock can't really rise or fall right now, just due to the fact that no one's playing and has an opportunity to be evaluated. So we're kind of going off of all of our viewings up to the date. So it's been all right so far. I think our preparation even before this happened has been a lot better than last year, and I think we have a good group and in place for what we're going at. And we wouldn't know the national team development program team for a little bit, so they have their camp invites that go out, and then they normally hold a camp. But with the virus, they canceled the camp, and after they had submitted the list of kids who got invited, they picked their team from there. So other USATL teams have already started to tender '04 kids who didn't make the team. So our guys have been talking to some people, and just kind of getting a feel for everything. But I feel like we're in a pretty good spot for the draft. And I think that some of the kids who've gotten tendered and the kids who made the team, we kind of had a good vision of that prior to that happening. So not a whole lot's changed. It's just kind of a lot of waiting right now for the next it's April 1st on Wednesday. So for the next month or so, a little bit different. We probably weren't going to make playoffs this year, so our season would have been over earlier, but there's still a little bit more time on the hands.
I remember you posting up in a classroom for hours on end with snacks last year during during the draft. That was a good couple of days.
Yeah, so I started. It started at 10 a.m. and then I had a philosophy final at 11. So I started in the radio station on the phone. I had my headphones charged, and I had those in. I was on the call, and then they knew I had to leave at 11, so I went to take my exam. I was back in a half hour. I didn't miss any picks. And then I shifted from the radio station to a classroom and had some snacks delivered and stuff. It was about a 7.5 hour day, if I remember correctly, or 6.5 hours. It was
Too
pretty.
long.
It was a pretty long process, yeah. But and then the day before, I think it started at 7 or 8 o'clock for phase one. So yeah, they're long days, but it's a pretty cool experience. Even though it's online, everyone's on the call, and you can kind of say your piece, and you're expected to. And I feel a lot better about where I'm at this year.
Well, there you go. Matt, Connor, what's going on?
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean it's the same old things. Getting ahead on schoolwork though. Shout out my parents. I promise I'm not just sitting at home and just sitting on my couch and doing nothing. I am getting schoolwork done.
To my parents, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you come downstairs and do classes and then play the show all day.
Pretty much. I pretty much wake up, I come right to the desk I'm sitting at to do schoolwork.
Yep.
And then I walk 15 feet that way to the couch and I park my butt there until dinner time.
Oh yeah.
I heard the show is sick, huh?
Is the show sick?
Oh, it's always sick.
Okay.
It's good
What's
this year. It's good.
what's the game mode of choice?
Big Diamond Dynasty guy now.
Okay.
It's the like online collect cards, like play against others.
Are you gross?
I'm probably pretty middle of the road, honestly.
Okay.
Because there's those people that literally do nothing but play it all day. So those are like the disgusting ones. If you come in and you see someone with a Mickey Mantle card, which is you have to collect every card in the game to get Mickey Mantle. If you come, it's like insta quit. It's like don't even bother trying.
Good Lord. That's just there is like having time on your hands, and then there is having too much time on your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of busy
I've been
work.
playing a lot of Madden. Madden's a game of choice so far.
Yeah, break down Jacques Scott.
Jacques Scott is our face of the franchise quarterback. We are
Nick,
in our
to answer your question,
totally
I don't
ripped off
know.
my name.
what?
The jock name. You got to ask Josh about the backstory.
So we named him after Travis Scott, and Travis Scott's name is Jacques Scott. And
Exactly.
oh yeah, we made him after Travis Scott. He's in his fourth year, his contract year, and we are playing the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl the next game. So we're trying to get a ring. We have 2 AFC titles, but nothing
And
to
who
show
does he play
for
for?
it. We were drafted by the Cincinnati.
Bengals.
Yeah, we were drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, and we've had some ups and downs. AJ Green retired, so now Tyler Boyd's our number one receiver, and we're just trying to get this ring.
Wow,
man.
shocker.
Yeah, we're ring
Is he
chasing.
dropping passes?
Occasionally, but we're ring chasing right now. He needs to step up.
So I tried out the Be a Pro. It's so disappointing to go from watching the EA Sports or the Madden face of the franchise and then go play Be a Pro on the NHL video games. It's such a letdown.
Strongly suggest Road to the Show in MLB.
My Xbox One can't help you, Connor. So
Next year you can though.
I'm so excited.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
2021, it's coming to Xbox.
I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
they need to do that move. They needed to.
Between I heard that there's a new system that may be coming out that also has complete backwards compatibility with all Xbox and 360 games. So if they're able to put that out right around the time that the show comes out, it'll be
there's a new Xbox and a new PlayStation coming out this upcoming.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
the PS5 looks so stupid. Like the design of it looks like I don't even know. Like some sort of weird looking appliance. It looks so
It does look
dumb.
weird.
It looks very weird.
Nice.
And I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not, but I need to make that decision so I can sell my PS4
Yep.
prior to getting it and in enough time in advance before everyone else has that same idea and the price goes down.
Smart. That's good business sense.
A
Thank
tight
you.
window. It's a tight window, but you can do it.
tight window because there's no release date and no price. Because if it's like $500 or $600, no way, Jose.
That might be
Your ass don't pay
that might be the big Christmas present for me this year. Honestly,
Not bad.
Well, we're doing a little baseball on the show today, at least to begin. A couple of articles put out by MLB.com to start. Each team's WAR leader over the last 50 years. Some of them are more obvious than others, but we'll go through some of that, give some guesses. There's also another article talking about the best players to never win a Cy Young Award. So it's broken up into a couple different categories that we'll talk about. Players that really probably should have, and then players that still have a chance to win that. But then something that I've seen kind of being put, there's been so many different sports challenges that some that have come through have been all-time lineups. So between Connor with the Mets, Nick with the Bruins, and Matt with whatever the heck he chooses, we'll talk about some of our all-time favorite players and lineups as well. Because there's nothing new that's going on in sports anymore. We talked about free agency last week, but we're going to still try to find some fun things to do. So make sure you're following us on Twitter at Bleachers Radio.
This is From the Bleachers.
Get the duck boats ready!
Your home for all things sports.
With Dan Ball, Connor Byrne, Matt McAuliffe, and Nick Baldwin.
Red Sox fans have longed to hear it!
On 98.1
It's out of here! Bartolo has done it!
WQAQ.
This is From the Bleachers. He is Connor Byrne. He's Matt McAuliffe, Nick Bowden. I'm Dan Ball. Thanks so much for watching. It's Monday, March 30th when we are recording just a little bit past 7 o'clock. Whether you're listening on iTunes or watching on YouTube and seeing all of our smiling faces. So I kind of want to start with the WAR leaders from the past 50 years. The article starts in the American League East. We'll go with the Red Sox. And I think that there are a couple fantastic answers, but I will give the hint that it is a pitcher for the Red Sox over the past 50 years that lead in WAR, and Connor Byrne has his hand in the air.
I know who it is.
Did you
It's
read
got
the
to be
article already?
Clemens, right?
Okay. Matt, Nick, any other thoughts?
It's highest WAR on the Red Sox in their history.
Yeah.
Over the last 50 years, yeah.
Gotta be Pedro Martinez, right?
What was Mike Trout's WAR this year?
Mike Trout's
Ballpark.
Nine-ish, I think. Come on.
Those are both decent.
Mike Trout's baseball reference WAR is 8.2 for this past season.
So this is for their
You said
career
it's a
with the team
pitcher?
also. Yeah, it's a pitcher. So this is also with their career with the team over the last 50 years.
Like Pedro is not a bad guess.
That's
They're
not.
definitely not
at all.
bad yet.
And I feel like Clemens was. I feel
Clemens
like other
is
people have-
definitely up there.
He's
Yeah.
up there all time, but the issue is
Yeah.
he was on the
Did
Yankees.
he do it with the
A while.
Sox?
Yes.
Like he might have one of the best all time, but did he happen to have that while he was with the Sox?
Yeah.
I'm going to say
I don't know. I
yes.
feel like it's going to be something weird.
Do you want me to just go for it?
I'll just say like Lester. I can't really think of anyone else right now. Go ahead.
Okay. It was Roger Clemens, in fact.
Wow.
He
Okay.
spent 1984 to 1996 with the Red Sox.
He was there that long?
Yeah.
Wow. It's a long time.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
He had a 24-year career. He made it to the major leagues in 1984 as a 21-year-old and pitched all the way until age 44 in 2007. 354 total wins, 192 of those coming with the Red Sox. He had a WAR of 80.7. He gets past Wade Boggs and Big Papi on that one. For the
Wow.
Yankees, last 50 years.
Oh my God. It could be anybody, but I feel like Jeter's the go-to.
I don't feel like he doesn't have that high of a WAR because his defense sucked.
I think you're crazy if you think his defense stunk. I think
Matt,
I liked his defense. I'm sorry. I think
every defensive metric says he is like an average to below average fielder.
Who, Jeter?
I think he's
Yeah,
fine.
Jeter was like,
Jeter
I've
just
heard
made
similar
the highlight
things.
reels because he would dive in the hole even though he didn't need to, and he'd jump and throw even though he didn't need to, just because it looked cool and it was good for the brand, even though it was very clearly he could have that jump ball could have very much stopped, planted, thrown, and been fine.
Is
All
this
right,
just
Connor,
you being
that if-
salty or like?
Here, let
All
me
right,
see if I
Connor.
can
Then
find Jeter's.
if it's not Jeter, then who do you think it
Yeah,
might
if
be?
it's not Jeter, who could it be?
I mean, it has to be just because all the other ones are like too out there.
So it's not Jeter, but it's Jeter.
It has to be Jeter.
I
You're an
also agree
actor.
with
You're an
Connor.
actor.
Hold on.
Like he never had
Batting.
to do that. And I also I grew up loving baseball, and I hated the Yankees as a Red Sox fan, but I never once in my life hated Derek Jeter. Never once.
No, I don't
Never.
hate Derek Jeter either.
Yeah,
But-
he's
No,
one of
and
those
but I
guys
agree
you
with
have
what
to
you're saying.
respect.
He was like Dustin Pedroia. Like he would get clutch hits and make some really clutch plays, but he was like a 280 career hitter and only hit for contact.
Dude, he
And, like,
played
he
with
was-
them for so long, though. It was so
Yeah, no, he was
long.
very
Matt,
consistent.
over his career, he has a negative 14 defensive run saved.
I'm just saying he's got to be up there for WAR. Has to be.
Yes, because I'm assuming he is based off Ruth isn't in the last 50 years, Gehrig isn't in the last 50 years. None of them are in the last 50. So
What
it
about
has to-
Mantle? Mickey Mantle played for the Yankees too, right? Or was it 50 years?
Yeah, but,
Yeah, like
but I think
1912.
no, Mantle was in like the 50s.
Still,
Yeah, he was like 50 to 60 something.
Yeah.
All right, it's Jeter.
It was Derek Jeter. It was
Yeah.
Derek.
All
Jeter.
right.
That
Okay.
was
So
right
it is. Yeah.
off the grip. A lot of people were complaining about that because he brought up a lot of controversy when he was almost unanimously voted into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot because of the defense. But I mean, that amount of time, 1995 to 2014, with one team, it'll add up.
95
He has
to
620 career home
2014.
runs. He is
That's
a career
so
compiler.
wild. That's wild.
Hey, 20 years if you can be consistent over 20 years. Okay, so the Rays have only been around since the mid 90s.
Has to be Longoria, right?
Has to be Longoria.
Yeah, so Longoria 51.8. He was
Who's
fantastic.
second? Is it Carl Crawford?
I that's going to be a good
I can look
question.
it up. Hold
When
on.
I bring up if Connor can look that up. It honestly, I hate it.
It
but
might be.
It might be him
It is.
or like
It is.
Do they
Let's
have
go.
Is that
Let's
his
go.
pictures on that list?
Yes, it includes pitchers.
Shields.
Where's James Shields on that list?
James Shields is
Nick's on the
sixth
same page.
Total or
Interesting.
for pitchers?
overall. He is
Wow,
the
so he's
second
gotta be
overall
number-
in pitching. David Price is first.
Hey,
but
David
first-
Price is good.
Man, I remember when he was good with the Rays 10 years ago too.
Still is. He's
Next
still a
one.
pitcher.
Next one, he was a throw-in. Let's see. The Orioles have one of the more obvious ones.
Al Ripken Jr.
Has to be Ripken.
Very
Yeah.
good. The Blue Jays one makes no sense, so I'm just going to read it. Dave Stieb, Stieb, a right-handed pitcher. One of the
Yeah,
most.
that guy could be working at the Shell station down the street, and I wouldn't know who he is.
Yeah,
I've
Jose
never heard
Batista,
of
the
that kid.
top. Jose Batista, the top hitter for them, but he was not number one overall.
Wow, people forget about Jose Batista.
Yeah, he is not in baseball anymore.
I don't think so.
He wants to come back as a pitcher, actually, or as a reliever, to be specific.
Okay, so he's not in baseball.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for
Yeah,
coming.
so do I.
Yeah.
All right, so doing some different ones here.
So WAR means you were the reason why you won the game, right?
Nah,
Wins above replacement.
wins above replacements. So whatever a replacement value level player is. So like 4A. So it's in between like AAA and major leagues. There's like 4A. So like you're on the cusp. So you're a replacement player for someone who's like Mike Trout has to be replaced by someone. So whoever that would be. Mike Trout will give you 8 more wins than Joe Schmo out in center.
The next best guy up.
Wow. Okay. Jeez. All right.
I have no
it's an
idea how
interesting
they.
stat.
It's actually like a math formula how they calculate.
There's
it,
2
I'm
separate
pretty
math
sure.
formulas. There's Baseball Reference WAR, and then there is what's the other one?
Fangraphs.
Fangraphs WAR.
Yeah.
There's
All right, so none of the ones in the AL Central are overly obvious, so we can discuss them briefly.
Miguel Cabrera for the Tigers is my guess.
That's a very good guess.
Verlander, maybe?
I wish this was closer than the last 50 years because I think it'd be a lot more interesting. Lou Whitaker, who played second base for them from 1977 to 1995. That's why I'm kind of going through these a little quicker.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the ones, the AL Central. Connor, I'll give you the Kansas City Royals.
Over the last 50 years?
Yeah, it's going to be right at the beginning of that 50-year number. I'll give you that much.
Oh, George Brett.
Yeah, okay. Sharing some other ones, Kenny Lofton is the Indians.
Wow, Kenny Lofton.
Yeah, one of the he barely outpaced Jim Thome. It was 48.
Wow, another name.
Yeah.
Jim Thome, that guy could hammer the ball.
Yeah.
I would have guessed that Paul Konerko is the leader for the White Sox. It is Frank Thomas.
All right.
That's what I was gonna guess.
He was an absolute machine.
Yeah, Frank Thomas was dirty.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
Baseball
I
will
was
not
forgetting
peak
how long he
past,
played for them.
Yeah, peak baseball was like 03 to like 07. And those were the days, and I will fight anyone to the death for that.
Facts.
Like those like MLB The Show or MLB 05 or MVP 05.
Yep.
Unreal game, but like if you just go back and look at some of those rosters, like Albert Pujols was a 99. Oh my god, dude. Those lineups like Konerko, Thomas, Jim Thome, Jimmy Rollins. There's some sick names.
Your Philadelphia Phillies 2009, Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard.
One of my favorite teams of all time.
Justin Morneau is a name that comes up for me too.
All good names. All home run hitters.
Those Twins team. Yeah, Twins team from a couple years ago with Morneau, Kadire, Joe Mauer when he could actually squat.
Joe Mauer,
Joe Mauer.
They could just never pitch. They had Johan Santana for a couple of years and he was dirty, and then they just haven't been able to pitch since. Now we're going to figure it out. But regardless of that, American League West, the Los Angeles Angels, I mean, no real surprise.
Mike Trout.
He's already up there.
Who's that guy again?
Pretty suck. Guerrero would be the only one that I could think give him a run for his money.
Yeah.
For who?
Vladimir Guerrero over Mike Trout.
Oh, for the Angels.
Yeah. The Rangers, and this one is a little bit surprising.
Josh Hamilton.
What was yours, Connor?
Beltre.
Okay, Beltre. Nick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Adrian Beltre as well.
I said Josh Hamilton.
Is it Ryan?
It's actually Pudge Rodriguez.
Wow.
People forget, at least people our age. People our age.
Great career.
He played for them for a while before going to the Tigers because he was on that World Series team. Was he ever officially busted for steroids, Connor?
Pudge?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
He's part of that class that like everyone like knew, but like to save baseball, like we're just not going to talk about that.
Yeah. Two major contenders for the Seattle Mariners one.
Ichiro
or Ken Griffey.
Oh, Griffey.
Got to be Ken Griffey. The guy
I
dropped
don't know.
nukes.
I feel like Ichiro might have it. He played there longer than Griffey. I don't know.
No, but Ichiro was like a let me hit it in between the first and second gap and get on base guy.
Yeah, but he stole so much.
Yeah,
he did steal a lot of bags.
He was good defensively too.
Yeah,
it's probably
decent enough.
My final guess, Ken Griffey.
It is Griffey. Griffey at 70.6. Ichiro still with a very good 56.2, but the fact that Griffey from 89 to 99 was able to get a 70.6 is like Mike Trout numbers that he was putting up at the beginning of his career. A couple other ones. Oakland Athletics. This one, it'll make sense when you hear it, but he gets the Hart Award for the Oakland Athletics.
The is. I don't know.
I think I remember asking a trivia night question about this guy, and somebody complained to me. So it might have
Was
been
it Eckersley? Was it Dennis Eckersley?
No, that's a good pick, but no.
It's a good pick because I can't stand him in the booth.
Oh,
I have
I'm not
idea.
rehashing this from a wall away.
I couldn't tell you.
It is Ricky Henderson,
Okay.
all-time leader in steals. So he stole his way
Okay.
to it essentially. 72.4. He played for the A's. 79 to 84, 89 to 83, 94 to 95, and 1998. So pick a team. So we move to the National League. Connor, I'm going to give you the Mets to start.
It's got to be Seaver.
Okay, that was not nearly as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Atlanta Braves.
Oh, I got one for the Braves.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I love his game and I love his name. Is it Chipper Jones?
His name is Larry.
That's just
Does that make you feel less about his name?
That's a great guess.
Well, yeah. Well, can I just call him Chipper? Can I just have this moment? I like Chipper better than Larry.
Yeah, Matt,
Is
you
it
can have that
Smoltz?
moment because whether it's Chipper or Larry, it's correct.
Let's go.
Oh, there you
Chipper
go.
Jones. That guy could play, and
Noted
he played
scumbag, though.
He played
Oh my
for
God.
decades.
All right, we'll cut this.
Okay.
Now I got to make it.
All right,
Okay, so we didn't talk about anything there.
cutting back in. Chipper Jones was a baller.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Chipper
was
Jones-
good.
Connor
Chipper
also
Larry
was
Jones was elite.
Connor
Trouble.
also was like, oh yeah, his name was Larry and he was a jerk.
Yeah, he actually named his first daughter Shay after the Mets old stadium because of how well he hit there.
I love that.
it's a
Chipper
baller move,
Jones.
if I'm being honest.
Chipper
it is a baller
Jones,
move.
man.
Miami, Florida Marlins haven't had a lot of success, but
Mike
that's a decent-
Lowell.
Stanton?
It has to be Mike Stanton.
Yeah, Mike Stanton.
It is Matt's boy, Giancarlo Stanton.
His name is Mike.
Name is
Mike
Mike.
Lowell. Mike Lowell is a great pick. Let's see. I don't think either of those would be good. The Cardinals is pretty straightforward.
Oh, Nick, that's your guy.
Who, Pujols?
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah.
Probably.
I was like, what? Harrison Bader is not the leader.
He'll be there.
Let's see. He will.
He's getting there.
The Pirates. The Pirates is somebody who you may not expect for this team.
All right, if it's someone I don't expect, it's not McCutcheon.
Is it a pitcher?
It is not a pitcher.
Is it
I'll
an
even say
out?
It's an
Okay.
outfielder.
Is it an outfielder?
Clemente.
Yeah.
Clemente, right?
He's got to be more than 50 years, no?
Oh, shoot,
I
you might
believe
be
Nick's
right.
right because it is not Clemente.
Damn.
Bonds?
It is Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
Really?
Good
It
pick,
is
Connor. Nice snipe.
Pre-steroid, strong but skinny looking Barry Bonds.
Wow.
At a-
People
at a
forget about that.
0.3. Yeah, people. That's
I
what I'm
forgot
saying.
about that.
He only played for them 86 to 92, and he still leads them in WAR over the last 50 years. So
Huh.
even non-juicing Barry Bonds is a beast.
He would have been
Good
up
for
there with
him,
Mike
dude.
Trout if he didn't do the juice.
Good for
Yeah.
him.
Moving on, Cincinnati Reds. This may
Honestly,
be more.
low key, he could be the Giants too. I'm not even kidding.
We'll get there.
Okay.
The Reds. I don't know if this is more of a historical baseball one.
Is it Rose? Is it Pete Rose?
I'd love if it was Pete Rose.
It is not, which makes me think that he may have been removed from this list.
Yeah,
But
Pete Rose to the Hall of Fame. Hashtag.
If
At
it's
this
old
point,
school,
if
then
it's
I don't
legal,
think I
it
would
is.
know.
yeah, it's Johnny Bench,
Oh,
the old catcher.
He rose
but I think
all-time leader. He started in 63 and played
Okay.
until 86.
okay, well then he probably still would have counted
Wow.
because Johnny Bench started in 67 and went to 83. Wait, say those years one more time.
He started his
63 to
first
87.
season ever. He had 623 at bats in 1963 and finished in 1986. So it's
That's
20
absurd.
It's a long time.
It's a
To
quarter
the Hall
of
of Fame, baby.
quarter of a century.
Just put him in the
Yeah.
hall. That's ridiculous.
Put him in the hall.
As honestly, probably as soon as they legalize it, I feel like they need to or legalize sports gambling. Well,
I don't know how you can put people who took steroids. All this guy did was bet on games.
I'm
Bet on
mad.
games for his own team to win.
Yeah, but it's not like he was manipulating the game.
No, that's what
He
I'm
just
saying.
Played.
Like he bet
Yeah.
on himself, basically.
Yeah.
I'm hip. Let him in.
Like if he was like if there were seasons where he wasn't as good or specific months, then you could say, oh, like he's tanking to try to win the bet. But I mean, he is the all-time leader in
Yeah.
hits. You can't say he was doing anything negative for himself. All right, moving on to the final division, NL West. A couple pitchers here for the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers.
Koufax, the Dodgers.
No.
No?
Oh, then it's got to be Kershaw.
It is Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
Wow.
Koufax might have just been a little bit out of the window in terms of time. But regardless.
55 to 66. Yeah.
Oh, he missed it by a couple years. Okay, that's fair. And then the Diamondbacks, also a pitcher, and I feel like one of the most slept on pitchers in MLB
Yeah,
history.
Randy Johnson?
Yeah, Randy Johnson all day.
Randy Johnson, very good. 52.6 WAR, pitched for them from 1999 to 2004, and then 07 to 08. The Giants, I'm not even going to hide it. Matt was right. Barry Bonds gets it with a 112.
Let's go. Okay.
A 112.5 WAR from 93 to 2007.
That's what the roids will do. Give you a lot of war.
I will move past the Padres to the Rockies.
Tony Gwynn for the Padres?
It is Tony Gwynn for the Padres. Very good.
Good for you, Connor.
Thank you.
The Rockies. Talk about a good like mid 2000s name that the Rockies have.
Cargo.
Troy Tulowitzki. Nah, it can't be Tulowitzki.
It could be Tulowitzki.
Could be Tulowitzki.
Who's the first baseman there?
Todd Helton.
Todd
Helton.
Helton.
Yeah,
Good
Todd
pick.
Helton.
Is
Finally,
it Todd
locking
Helton?
that in.
Nick
Todd
nailed it. It's Todd
Let's
Helton.
go. Let's
Todd Helton,
go.
go on.
Thank you.
Good
This
pick
is the
there,
best-
Andy.
this is-
Triumphant return to the show this
Yeah.
year, and I want it.
This is the best. This is the best team effort we've had. We were nailing these.
So that was pretty much the list. The rest of them are older where it doesn't. Connor, if you look up like individual team WAR leaders, does it gives you lists?
On Baseball Reference, it will give you the top like 25 players.
Okay. All right. Maybe I can look through some of them because we're already at 738, so I can look through some of them and see if any more current ones.
Just go to Baseball Reference, go to the search, and type in a team name, and it'll give you like the top.
Let's do.
Oh, you mean like for year to year, or for?
No, like if I were to condense it to like within our lifetime, so it wasn't 50 years. Oh, okay. Well, here's a good one. Okay, so Milwaukee Brewers within the last 15, 20 years.
Prince Fielder.
Ryan Braun or Prince Fielder would be my guess.
Braun might be it.
Ryan Braun was it. Next on a hot streak. Yeah, so it would be a little more fun to do that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do one more before we transition because I think Nick brought up a good point with the Philadelphia Phillies, and I want to see out of that group of players,
Ryan Howard
who would take this.
I think it has to be Rollins.
You got
Yeah, Jimmy Rollins.
if we're going playoffs, Victorino. Low key in that playoffs.
Utley was there longer though. Utley was there for like a long time.
Chase Utley
Got
was there for a while.
Howard, Utley, Rollins.
Rollins.
Who played third?
Depends on the year. They had here's Placido Polanco, if you remember him.
Yep, forgot about him. And then who was the bald guy in left field that was unreal? Name also started with the
Raul
P.
Ibanez.
Raul.
Ibanez.
That's what I'm thinking of. And then
Raul Ibanez,
Victorino.
Shane Victorino, and Hunter Pence.
Jason Worth.
Jason Worth, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Pence.
And a good old Carlos Ruiz behind the plate. That team was stacked.
They were loaded.
And then their pitching
loaded.
Cliff Lee, Roy Halladay,
Oswalt.
Roy Oswalt.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that team was stacked.
Cliff Hamill. Oh my God, they're sick. They had 4 no-touch starters. They were sick.
Yeah. I gotta go back and look. I remember watching that team. They had a show called The Pen on MLB Network where they had cameras in the bullpen during games, which was interesting. But yeah, Ruiz, Howard, Rollins, Pedro Feliz actually was the starter that year. Ibanez, Victorino, Worth. You had 41-year-old Matt Stairs coming off the bench and hitting absolute rockets.
What a name.
Matt Stairs.
Oh wow, this must be a little bit too early or late for Roy Halladay, unless they traded for him later. Joe Blanton, Cole Hamels, Jay Happ, Jamie Moyer, Cliff Lee. What
year are you looking at?
The 08 team?
2009, Dan?
Oh, they lost the World Series in 09.
Yeah,
I think it was 2008.
08, they did not have them. He must have came a little bit later. Regardless, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Cole Hamels.
They got Lee and Oswalt later. I know that.
2010 is when they got Halladay.
Okay, so do you have their rotation in front of you for 2010?
I can look.
Halladay.
You know
Hamels,
what? It might have been.
wow.
Halladay, Hamels, Kyle Hendrick, Joe Blanton, Jamie Moyer, Roy Oswalt.
Roy Oswalt, that must have been a deadline pickup. He was 7-1 with a 1.74 ERA in 2010. That's absurd.
Jamie Moyer was
absurd.
47. Jesus Christ.
And he was still better than David Price that year. That's crazy.
He played 25 years in Major League Baseball.
He leads. I'm pretty sure he's the all-time leader in home runs given up in a career. He passed that in year 46, 47.
God.
For some reason, I know that it was Robin Roberts that he passed. I remember watching a video, but regardless, that actually transitions well to the best players that have never won a Cy Young award. So Cy Young holds major league records for career wins at 511, starts at 815, complete games at 749, and innings pitched at 7,356. These numbers are unfathomable in 2020 with people that are, with players that are barely reaching over 6 innings. So this isn't more of a guessing game. One of the players that comes up here that's actually very surprising that never won a Cy Young award is Nolan Ryan.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
His closest was second place in the American League in 1973. This is a guy that pitched from 1966 to 1993, a WAR over 80, but never was the best pitcher in whatever league he was a part of.
7 no-hitters.
That's unbelievable.
You still, it shows you, this whole thing kind of shows you what this award really means. But another guy, and this is a great throwback name for when we were growing up, is Mike Mussina.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Yankee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never ended up winning one. Pitched 1991 to 2008.
Good.
I mean,
good. There was something about
loaded.
Dan, say that year again.
1991 to 2008, Mussina pitched. He
something
never
about
won a
that.
Cy Young award.
Wow.
Something about that guy's face. Something about that guy's face just ticked me off. I never liked him. I don't know.
He was very much a Yankee. He kind of goes in that Brett Gardner category for me, where he's just so New York that I just want to
more seasons.
Yo, why does everyone hate Brett Gardner? Why am I the only guy who likes Brett Gardner?
I don't know. Well,
kind of annoying.
He doesn't even have a punchable face or anything.
I was neutral with him until he started doing the stuff with hitting the dugout with the bat.
Okay.
I don't know. He's
I
just.
guess that's
I've
fair.
always. I don't. I guess if you took, I don't think I would hate him if you took him away from the Yankees. He's just always been like he's been that dirt dog on the Yankees. He's been there his entire career, which is like I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
punching him is a
For
little
me,
strong,
that
but I
guy
just
was
don't enjoy
Andy
him.
Pettit.
Oh, that's a very
Andy
good
Pettit
pick.
was that guy for me that I just could not stand.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
fair
a great-
part
yeah.
to not stand.
He just had that smirk and like you knew something was going on, and he knew, but he wasn't gonna let you know.
That thing was steroids, Nick.
Wow. And probably
all right,
other
moving on.
illegal stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah. Moving on. Kurt Schilling never won a Cy Young award in his
Yeah,
career.
he was just a gritty guy. Like I don't know.
He finished second place in the. Okay, well so the numbers are wrong because he was not in the National League in 2004, but apparently he had a couple second place finishes when he was on the Diamondbacks, which I think was when he was at his best when him and Randy
Kurt
Johnson
Schilling
were
was on the Diamondbacks?
Yeah, that's where he started.
Yeah,
I didn't know that's
Yeah,
where
that's where he started. One of my
Or no, he
fun
started-
I
fact.
don't think he's.
He bounced around, but like
Yeah,
The
but
Matt
what
McCullough,
was the other
pretty
team?
sure.
What was the
Fire.
other team that he was on?
A
He was
Matt
on-
McCullough.
pretty sure.
he was
Say
in
again?
Baltimore, he was in Houston, he was in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, that's it.
Then he went to the Red Sox.
Yeah.
A Matt McCullough fun fact. My first
Okay.
ever baseball game ever was Pedro versus Schilling, Sox, Diamondbacks.
Wow.
Yeah.
My first
What
game, I got
year?
a ball from Manny. Foul ball from Manny.
Sick.
Framed.
Holy. Wait, you said that was your first game?
Mine, yeah. And Matt,
Okay.
I think you said.
Yeah. So okay. Connor. I mean, while we're on it, what was your first baseball game of memory?
With memory or first baseball game, because they're two different ones.
Oh, okay. Both.
First baseball game was during the McGuire home run race with Sosa. I went to the Mets Cardinals game, and because I was obsessed with home runs, SportsCenter used to do this thing where they would play every home run from the last day. And my mom would just sit me in front of it and I'd watch it. So she went, "Oh, McGuire, so this is his best shot to see a home run." I went to the game. He didn't hit one. Piazza hit one, and it was history from there. That's why everything in my house now has Mets on it.
Nice.
And that's where you became a tortured soul.
Yeah. First one with memory is just it's a game in 06. My dad used to get through his company tickets for not right behind home plate, but down in that area. So he used to my mom used to pull me out of school sometimes and we'd go sit there.
Absolutely elite.
They were losing. They were getting murdered by the Marlins. And I just looked at my mom. I was 8 and I go, "Can I have a beer?" And I wasn't allowed to, but all the people that were sitting around us thought it was very funny.
There you go. That's a good one. So yeah, Kurt Schilling, and that'll go into something that we were going to do in a bit. Kurt Schilling, always a very good pitcher, but I feel like he never really seemed to be the ace of wherever he was.
Facts.
Yeah.
He's got to be one of the best number 2 pitchers in MLB history.
Was he not number 1 when he was with
Pedro, and then I guess kind of in 06, but then Beckett was ridiculous, and then he retired.
Yeah, Josh Beckett was gross.
He was nasty.
and then he
People
was behind
forget Lowell was a throw-in in that trade.
That's true. That is slept on because he ended up being one of the most valuable members of that 07 team. You got to think.
He did.
He won the MVP, didn't he?
Was he World Series MVP that year?
Yeah, he had, right?
Yes, I think
think
you're right.
so.
Let me just double check that.
World Series, yes.
Yeah.
Man.
For throwing. And Beckett was good for us for a while.
Till he started
Yeah,
eating
when he
chicken and drinking beer, and I don't know. There was that whole
Dude, that whole
weird
thing.
media thing he had.
Yeah. He was
Beefed with the
definitely,
media hard.
He definitely belonged in Milwaukee. Like he did not
Yeah.
like the media here at all.
Nope.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, MVP Mike Lowell, Boston. I'm trying to get some stats real quick, but I don't think I can. Well, Mike Lowell is fantastic. Yes, people sleep on the fact that he was a throw-in in that. All right, so moving on from Kurt Schilling, Kevin Brown, who pitched for the Yankees for a while, but that doesn't matter. If it hasn't happened by now, that's the next segment in this article. And there are a couple that we've talked about already. Cole Hamels has never won. He was the closest he's come was 5th place back in 2011. So he's kind of settled into that same role where he's like a good middle of the rotation guy to have. He's been there, good mentor for the younger guys, but I don't know if he was ever really like ace material.
I'm trying to look at what
his peak was a number 2 on a good team.
Yeah. Which is still good, and you could probably be an ace on other teams that way. But I think
and make $100 million easy.
Hamels is the 4th man in Atlanta's rotation right now.
Really? Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's also
middle of the road,
35.
so he's done. Yeah. Yeah, he's 30. Yeah, 36 now. Well, still posted a 3.92 ERA over the past 3 years. John Lester never has won one, and I feel like he's kind of in the same boat where he had some ace years in Boston, but I feel like ever since he left for Chicago, the wheels have started to come off a bit.
I mean, there was that wild thing where he had cancer and then came back from that and was like really good after cancer. He had a roller coaster in Boston.
Yeah.
Funny enough, Lester's still number 1 in the rotation in Chicago.
Huh.
Wow, he's 36. Holy.
Word.
Oh, sorry. My bad. He's got 2 years.
That's okay.
left
I dropped an F it before we started last time that I had to cut out. So that's kind of where we are.
I remember the Red Sox didn't want to pay him that money, and like his contract actually didn't like. I don't know. It was the term.
They were being really cheap.
Yeah, he got 6 years, $155 million.
And that's good. Yeah.
I mean, he's pitching at a more consistent level into his mid-30s than I think most. You know what I mean?
Which is so that's 25.8 a year, which is still
like he's making
amount,
half of what David Price is making. And David Price is a little bit younger and not as good.
And a bum.
Next one, and this one actually surprises me, is Adam Wainwright from St. Louis.
Wow. People forget about Adam Wainwright. Who else was on that staff with the Cardinals? It was Wainwright and who was the other
think Chris Carpenter, I think, is the guy you're thinking of.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that one because Wainwright was, if he wasn't number 1, he was 1A during a bunch of those years. So I'm a little surprised by that when St. Louis was good.
Hate that guy.
But he's fallen off hard. Who?
Adam Wainwright.
Oh, go. Okay. All right. You earned that one.
Why?
Struck out Beltran looking to end the Mets season in 06.
It was
Nice.
the NL Championship
Rolled
Series.
them.
Guys.
Happens. But it's been good ever since. So like there's nothing too bad to complain about.
Wait, Adam? Is he still in the league?
Adam Wainwright, yeah.
No way.
I think
Barely.
so, yeah.
Because it says he's 38 and he's on the Cardinals roster, or he's signed.
Hold on.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable! I didn't know he was still playing. He went
hasn't
in the
been
first
very good
round right out of
recently
high
either.
school.
Wow. He hasn't been very good either recently. Last couple of years, he's really kind of fallen off.
He's on a 1-year, $5 million deal.
Yeah, not bad.
That'll pay the bills.
Yeah, I mean he's already got 146 in the bank.
The last two on this list were Madison Bumgarner and Johnny Cueto.
Yeah, see, Bumgarner, I'm shocked because he was so clutch in the playoffs, but like I don't know his regular season.
Yeah, he's more of a playoffs guy than a regular season. He turns it up when he gets into the playoffs, but
which isn't
regular season is fine.
I mean, would you rather be a lights out playoff guy and an average regular season guy, or a Cy Young and suck in the playoffs?
Playoff guy. That's where you make the money.
Yeah, those are interesting. And then Johnny Cueto, I don't really find to be that interesting. He had some good years in Cincinnati, but
that guy just throws fast. That's all he's got.
yeah. And then the last one on this article, before we move on, it could still happen. And the first one, which is a nice little knife into the back of Red Sox fans, is Chris Sale.
He still has time. Maybe
Yeah.
not now with the whole Tommy John thing.
I saw
Zach
that thing,
Greinke
there
winning
was an
Cy
announcement
Young?
today.
Frankie?
Zach-
No.
He
Right.
is. No, did he not?
I'm
Oh, no, he
going to.
He did. Was that
Yeah,
20?
he was really good.
No, not 15. When did he win it? Cy
Let's check this
Young.
out. He's been
2009.
around for a sneaky amount of time.
He won
Wait,
2009.
He signed a 6-year, $206.5 million contract.
Yeah, he got paid.
Holy
God.
moly!
He's
And then,
he's been pretty good. He's been fairly consistent recently.
Greinke in like the 2012 to 17 was unbelievable. He was lights out.
And then I think Garrett Cole could win one next year.
Yeah. He's one of the
Fun
next
fact,
he's the next one on this list.
He went first overall.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole.
People thought, yeah.
Yeah, then he didn't sign.
No, he had like the record signing bonus.
Yeah, then he was selected by the Yankees and then declined.
He got drafted twice, and then he didn't go first the first time, I don't think, and then he went number 1 overall after.
Yes.
And he set like the record for the signing bonus. I had no idea because he wasn't on the map until like a year or two ago. It felt like to me.
He was always
once he got traded out of Pittsburgh is really where he started to flourish. Yes, Nick, I am checking. Yeah, so he was drafted 28th overall by the Yankees in 2008 out of high school, declined a $4 million signing bonus, went to play
and then signed for like 7.8 or something, right?
So then he was drafted first overall by Pittsburgh, signed with an $8 million signing bonus 15 minutes before the signing deadline in 2011. So he almost didn't sign again. But now he's making more money than anybody could ever pick. So his closest, Matt, was most recently in 2019 when he was in second place. And I think if we do have a 2020 season, he would be a pretty solid gambling pick, hypothetically, to be someone that wins that. The other three on this list, Steven Strasburg, Yu Darvish, and Patrick Corbin, which I think
see you, buddy, to all three of them. See you later to all three of them.
Wait,
dude,
so
Strasburg's
Yu
gross.
Darvish and who?
Say that again, Nick.
I said Strasburg is gross.
Yeah, but I don't know if he do you think he could win a Cy Young in the next 2 years?
Steven Strasburg is nasty.
Okay.
He's not past his prime.
I think people gassed him up when he first came into the league, and then he got hurt.
Overall pick, yeah,
and then he got hurt.
He probably hasn't lived up to that potential consistently, but
if he can capitalize on what he did in the playoffs, if he can capitalize on what he did in the playoffs, Nick, and kind of keep moving up, I think so. There's a good shot. Yeah,
he's not even top 2 in his own division.
What do you mean?
DeGrom and Scherzer are both ahead of him.
Well, yeah, I know that, but that doesn't mean that that's going to stay the same way. I think they're also still
younger.
Room for growth. I don't know. I mean, and Connor, I know what you're saying because he just won his 100th game this past year in season number 10.
He's 31,
yeah. So but this past year he was 18-6, a 3.32 ERA, which was one of his best in a full season of work. He also threw 33 games, which is pretty much like a full a full length season for a starter. He's still got time to get up to Cy Young level caliber, which I think is what Nick and I are saying. But
Dude,
again, I'm not trying to take away from either Scherzer or DeGrom when I'm saying that.
I remember when he first came into the league, like he was so like he was probably one of the most like highly touted number 1 overall picks.
Absolutely.
To come because I think I've said this before, but Anthony Rotuno, a friend of the program, shout out. Him and his dad used to collect baseball cards and trade and sell them and stuff. So I would always know and be familiar with a lot of prospects, and I enjoyed it. And I remember like him talking about this kid and like looking into him. He was so good. And like him and what's his face?
Harper.
Kawhi Leonard both went to San Diego State, and that was like put them on the map. And I was like, I want to go there. They have a sick logo too. Look at this logo. It's sick.
It is good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty
sick
good.
logo. They're the Aztecs.
Yep.
All right, so that's the end of that list. We are at 8:00, so we could save our favorite lineups for a future week because we're gonna have other stuff that we have to.
You can do that
Phil.
and my ideas for the NHL next week, Dan.
Oh God, that's right. Yeah. So we'll share those next week. I keep putting those off because I forget, but don't let me forget that next week. So we will throw any See Ya Buddies that we have. This is See Ya Buddies, someone or something from the past week that we have not liked. We're trying to get original and not just say, the coronavirus, because that's really the only thing that's going on in life right now. But if anybody has anything else that's going on that they haven't appreciated from the last week, I have one that I'm going to throw in the ring, but feel free.
All right. I have 2.
Okay. Oh, good.
One is my history professor for not giving me 1, not 2, but 3 essays to get done from Friday to tomorrow for our midterm. That's a crocker. She can fly a kite, and I have some other select words for her, but this is a family show. And my other one is to MLB The Show. They got the rights to all the prospects this year, so everyone in the minor leagues.
No way, that's sick.
Yeah, it's real cool. They just dropped a Jared Kelnick card, and he is nasty, and he's really expensive. And that's the guy the Mets traded away for Diaz and Cano, and is being compared to the next Mike Trout. And his card is sick, and I really want it, but it's really expensive. So here I am. It's a double diamond. Big disc.
I think I have 2 or 1. I think I have 1.
Okay.
I have 1. See it in my chest and my forearms. I'm starting a new challenge. I'm going to do 1,000 push-ups in 1 week. It's about 150 a day. So we're going to try it, and I believe that I can do this.
Sure.
Dude, it's not that bad. Trust me. Like if you do stuff in certain sets, it breaks it up.
Yeah, I'll be okay.
If you designate an hour to working out and you do like 25 in one set and you do things in between your sets, you'll be fine.
Thank you for your support.
Of course. That's what I'm here for. I don't really have one other than to myself for not bringing my PlayStation home.
That's a mistake.
Well, I wasn't planning on being home, like other than the spring break week. I had the first weekend and the last weekend of break designated to be elsewhere other than my home. So Monday through Thursday before I left, I thought I was going to be at my house and then I would be back. So I didn't bring it home. And then some guy ate a bat and now we're here.
Some guy ate a bat and now we're here.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. There's no lie in that one. And then mine goes out to my abnormal psychology class. We've now had two 2 Sunday emails saying that we will have class as regularly scheduled on Zoom at 2:00, and 2 Monday morning emails saying my laptop is not working. We will not have class at 2:00. So I guess it's more to the concept of having class because I no longer have to have it.
Oh wait, I want you guys to hear
Unreal.
how utterly ridiculous this is.
Okay.
So my mom is a nursery school teacher, and the parents have asked that the teachers Zoom call with the 2.5-year-olds for class time every day.
Dude, people are out of their mind.
People are wild, and this is just because they can't watch their kids. Like they're
Like,
so
Yeah, parents are having to actually spend time with their kids recently, and it's heartbreaking to see.
What a crime.
Yeah, I know.
see buddy.
Yeah, big time see a buddy to them. That's it for the show this week. Thank you so much for watching. Gentlemen, floor is yours. Anything else you want to throw out before we go?
I hope I win this Super Bowl, man. Jacques Scott for the dub.
When are you playing?
I don't know. Probably after dinner or right now. I don't know. I'm fired up about it.
We'll keep everybody posted on the status of Jacques Scott. But in the meantime, follow us on Twitter at Bleachers Radio. Read our blog, bleachersradio.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Just the name is From the Bleachers. And then on iTunes and Spotify, From the Bleachers as well. To get these podcasts first, thank you so much for listening. And we will see you next week. Good night.
Peace.